In this video, I will share how to make this soap packaging using an online program called Canva. Everyone can create an account on Canva, and once you log on, you have many options to choose from, and you can basically create anything from social media posts to flyer, newsletters, even t-shirts, planners, labels, and so forth. Canva is great because you don't need any design experience. For every type of design, you have many templates to choose from, like for example here for a planner that you can customize according to your personal needs. You can also save all your designs and categorize them, like you can see here where I have flyers, planners, newsletters, and labels. I also make my thumbnails and video presentations with Canva, social media posts, and even my work and recipe books. For product labels, I use such masks that are really very convenient, so I can basically adjust the labels within the mask and then I can print it out to fit my label sizes. And I'm gonna go into this in another video, but today we will concentrate on this soap wrapping paper, so to speak. First, we choose the dimensions of our design, in this case an A4 sheet, but we will use it horizontally. The way you have to do this on Canva is that you go here on this button called Resize. This comes only with a Pro subscription, but then basically you can just swap out the width with the height and then it will automatically rotate and give you the horizontal page. In my case, one sheet covers 2 soap wrappings, and before designing your soap paper you need to know how you will fold the paper to determine where to place the text or description or the logo, anything that you want to apply onto your design. Here is another video where I demonstrated how to do it and also to give you an idea what I'm talking about. Once you have established this, you can create a type of mask on your paper as a guide. In the element menu over here, you can type the word square, and then by clicking on it, it will appear automatically on the page. And then by dragging it and enlarging it, you can adjust it to the exact width and length according to your measurements. This works for both inches and centimeters. Very practical. Once you have an element that fits exactly your dimensions, you can just duplicate it and drag it over to the other side. You can see a purple line appearing at the center of the page, and this one indicates the exact middle line of the page, and you can use it as a guide. In Canva, you can easily duplicate the page that you are working on, so you don't have to repeat this process over and over for every soap paper. On the side menu over here, you have text options as well. There are some examples that are already made. Of course, these are also customizable in terms of changing color, the font itself, and also the sizes. But you can, of course, also choose from many other options. There is a search bar as well. Let's say you want to have something like a handwriting, so you can type handwriting and then you will have all the fonts appearing that match this search criteria. Let's change the text here to handmade soap, for example. And then of course you can change the color of the font as well here on this icon. And then you have different color options and also the color wheel for a more customizable color. You can drag the corners of the text box to adjust the size, or you just use the plus and minus next to the font name above. Of course, you can always come back here and change your font styles. There are really a lot. You can, of course, also import another font that is not existing in Canva and then use it within the program. Every element in Canva that you are using can be duplicated with the Command D. If you want, you can place a thin line to determine the middle of the page for easy cutting later on. You just choose in the Elements section a line, and then you drag it onto the purple line where the middle of the page is. Here now, I'm just gonna get rid of all these elements here so that they don't appear on the printout. You can also make it completely transparent or just remove it as you like. Once you are happy with your design, you can download it and print it out. But let's see what we can add to it. On the side menu, there is an element option. The stock footage and stock pictures is overwhelming, and you can find practically everything in here. There are compartments for pictures, graphics, videos, and even audio to choose from, so you can narrow down your search, so to speak. Here I typed in bubble as a search term, and I choose a design to put as a background on this page here. And by dragging it and adjusting, you can fit it onto your page. This is just a little example to show you how to get started. You can also change the transparency of everything, background or text or whatever, by just clicking this icon here and then move the bar to the desired intensity. If you type in the word frame in the Elements search bar, you will find placeholders in many shapes that can be filled with pictures and backgrounds. Let's check out this brush stroke here. Very interesting. I'm typing the word gradient to see what kind of an ombre look that I can get, and now I can drag it over and it will get into the placeholder, as you can see here. Let's choose this text combination here as an example. I'm adjusting the size here and then center it into the brush stroke and then copy it to the other side. And here is another possibility. Let's get rid of the mask and choose a background by typing the word sky. Let's say we want to have this sky here, then we can adjust it to the page size, and with the position button you can make the background really go to the back. Okay, so let's take this font here, since I do have a coffee soap and I want to make a label for it. There's a section here called Effects, and with this one you can change the style of your font. For example, you can lift it, you can add some shadow, you can make it hollow and so forth. And then you have different bars where you can change the intensity of it. That's really something interesting that you can play around with. Let's see what type of background we can find if we type in the word coffee. Let's say we like this one here, and then by grabbing this arrow here, you can rotate any element in any direction that you want. Maybe making the outlines a little darker here to make it stand out a little more. I'm going to reposition the background a little bit here to have the text standing out more. And voila. Let's create another type of soap paper with the other side of the page, just for a variation. I like this coffee image here a lot. Let's see how it looks once we rotate it. I make it more transparent and darken the text. One additional thing that you can do to make the text stand out a little more from the background is to choose a square from the Elements section, and then you can change the color on it and the transparency, and that way you can see the title more clearly. Let's design another soap paper, just to give you a little bit the feel and some ideas how you can go about it. I'm trying as I go here, so it's very fun, as I said, very intuitive. This particular soap here is for a honey soap, so I want to see what other fonts could be an interesting option. Oh, I like this one a lot. Okay, now I'm typing the word honeycomb in the search options, and then I choose a picture from the endless options that are appearing here. The good thing about Canva is that it is completely free, like you have a free version that you can use, but the pro subscription gives you so many options to choose from, almost endless, and there are always new images, new footage, and new features added to it, like on a regular basis. And for me, it was an absolute game changer. I'm adding some transparency here again to make the text stand out. And this is again this feature that I was talking to you about, the effects, and I'm just gonna lift the text a little bit here. In this 3-dot menu, you have a grouping feature where basically you can choose the elements that you want to group, and then you can duplicate them as a whole. Very practical, makes the workflow really easy. Let's see what other design we can find with the same search word, or with honey this time. You will see a little crown appearing on the side of an image. This just indicates that this particular image is just available for people with a pro subscription. I like this design here, it's completely different than the honeycomb. So let's see how this will look on the other half. Playing with the transparency and effects here. Canva has so many features that you will discover as you go. I'm adding a semi-transparent square here as well to make the text stand out. And there you have another soap paper ready. Let's make a last one before we actually print it out and try it out on the soap as such. Let's have a look at another type of handwriting type of font. I love this one here, and I absolutely like the combination with a very simple font. This one here is for Sugar Plum, the Sugar Plum soap, so I choose a purple background, like this one here. I change the font color to white and add a semi-transparent black box. I want to keep the exact same font, so I choose both of them and then I group them again, so I can just duplicate it. And then just copy it over to the other half of the page. And then let's see what we can find, like a nice pattern, plum pattern as a variation. This one is cute, and we can change the transparency. And then I just want to add a label. So here I type oval, or you can maybe type label or something like this. I like this one. Let's see how it turns out. You can always duplicate your project to see if you like other elements better and so forth. If you hover over a specific element, you find this little eye symbol where you can then simply find different kinds of elements that are similar to this one. So you can, see if there are other options that you like better or that you would like to add to it and so forth. You can also save it to different types of folders if you have the Pro subscription. Once you're happy with your design, you can download it to your computer and print it out. Here we are with our soap labels or soap paper that I printed out on a slightly thicker paper, but not too thick. I will actually leave a link down in the description to this paper, to all tools, equipment that I'm using, including the Canva program, of course, where you have a 1 month free trial for the Pro subscription, and you can try it out for yourself. This is the We Are Memory Keepers trim and scoreboard that you can use. You can also just use a pair of scissors. Me, I prefer to use the cutting board because I don't cut straight, to be very honest with you. Anyways, the way I like to do the wrapping of the soap is with this wrapping tool here. It's a great help if you have some problems folding and packing and so forth. You can do it the way you like it better, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how you wrap it or the style of the wrapping that you have. Once you know where to place your logo or your design, the design of the labels is the exact same procedure. Now let's center the soap so that the text shows properly. And then you add it to the wrapping tool and fold the edges like so. The top slide will help holding the paper while you do the same with the other part of the soap. To hold the paper together on the back, you can use a label or a piece of sellotape. I have my ingredients listed on a label, so it's practical to add to the back. We do the same thing with the honey soap. I personally think that this wrapping method with paper is very eco-friendly, very simple, and also very budget-friendly. And in my opinion, a handmade packaging makes your handmade soap even more special. By the way, the people who are my patrons, they have the possibility to get my templates of all the things that I make, all the design labels and so forth, and then they can customize it within Canva for their own needs and with their own personalized names, ingredients and so forth. I also have another video here on my channel where I am sharing how to make a soap box, like with this envelope punch board. Interesting video too, so if you want to check that one out, I will leave the link down in the description for you to check out. If you're interested in other soap making related videos, check out the playlist on the screen where you can find many more. Feel free to subscribe and see you soon. Bye!